Welcome back to Unstable TV! And you're through to Irish Couple Reacts. And do stay tuned because this happens every week.
So if you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of these videos. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you!
Thanks for joining us for another react! So Danielle, what are we reacting to on Unstable TV?
So we were asked to take a look at 8 things you should never do publicly in India.
Big shout out to everyone that did comment and ask us to check this video out. So without further ado, we will jump straight into the reaction. Let us go!
How many of you have India in your bucket list? That was a silly question. Keeping in mind the country's diversity in terms of culture and food, loads of people flock to India every year. It all makes sense because the country caters to everyone, from luxury travelers to backpackers to people looking for spiritual solace. Even though India is ideal for your much-needed getaway, you might experience a cultural shock, especially if you're a Westerner. We don't want to scare you, but you're prone to making some cultural faux pas. Now, the good news is that Indians are pretty forgiving towards foreigners, but a little knowledge about the norms would save you unnecessary embarrassment. Number 1, don't be offended by intrusive questions. Just a heads up, if you're traveling with your girlfriend, then there's a good chance that someone will ask you about your marriage plans.
Of course you're going to be offended by that.
Yeah.
But people, that's an icebreaker for Indians. Personal questions like this one are not intended to offend you, but are the Indian
Don't be too
way
bad.
of bonding.
Don't care what your culture is.
Worries
If
about
you start
your
asking
income,
questions like that,
job,
you'll be
or
told that.
family matters may be seen as intrusive to the West, but for Indians, these are random conversations. You can be as discreet as you want in answering them. You can lie or give a vague answer if you don't want to tell the truth, but don't be offended because that just wasn't their intention. Number 2, don't strike up religious or political conversations.
I wouldn't do it anyway.
No, that's not fair to do that in any country.
There is a need to guard their religion.
That's everyone's own
Sounds
business.
Strange, but it's true. And when in the meanwhile you come loitering around, giving different ideas about religion or questioning their faith, you may be inviting some trouble. Telling someone that you find flaws in their religion or how they practice it with so many superstitious rituals will lead you to some of the worst bashing you've ever got. As for the sensitive issues like the ones about Kashmir, don't be fooled by the countless Indians discussing these topics, because below the cover of unity and diversity, there are cracks that could turn into huge gaps in a matter of seconds. Political conversations are commonplace, happening at every tea joint, and while
That kind of goes where I was saying anywhere. Don't be discussing their politics or their religious beliefs.
Some people when you beg to differ. Number 3, don't address elders by their name. All right now, this is going to be a real cultural shock for the Westerners who have been addressing elders by their name. You do not do that in India. Any attempt from your side to keep your Western way of addressing elders by their first name will be met with a disgusted look if you're lucky, or may even get you beaten up black and blue. The last bit was a bit of a stretch, but ask Indian kids. It holds true for them though. Anyway, the point is that such a way of addressing is seen as insulting, and even though this isn't your intent, you will be punished for it. A better alternative would be to use sir, ma'am, or add a G after their name to stay on the safe side. Number 4, don't display affection publicly.
What?
This does not apply to big cities, but step into smaller towns and just plant a kiss on Bay's cheek and voila, you have officially opened yourself for some bashing. India is a lot more conservative
What type of carry-on is that?
countries where making out in public doesn't even get a second look. But here in India, it will earn you a lot more disgusted looks. Though the country is gradually opening up to this, most people are not comfortable with PDA and may start lecturing you about morals, culture, and respect. And if you're unlucky, your upbringing may be questioned. In short, certain things are done behind closed doors and left there. Number 5. Don't question anyone's sexuality. India is more or less homophobic, which never lets people come out of the closet.
Don't question their
If you find
sexuality,
two
but
guys
question their
holding
marriage
hands,
plan.
Don't assume that they're gay, and by no means will you ask them
Don't
about
do
their
it either.
relationship. Someone gay is seen more like
A lot of this
an
stuff goes
insult
without
than
saying,
general
though.
Yeah.
inquiry about their sexual preference. Similarly, think twice before you make your deviant sexuality evident in the country, because you may not receive the same respect and treatment as you would have got had you not revealed your true self. Belonging to the LGBTQ community is a personal choice, but it is still a taboo in India. It's a long fight before acceptance seeps in. Number 6. Don't give in to the plight of beggars. Poverty is a big issue in India, and you'll be able to witness it easily when you visit the country. Beggars are sprawled on the streets with their bowls asking for money, but do not indulge them. For all you know, they're connected to an underground network where beggars frequently change location. The money that they get is snatched from them by a kingpin who enjoys the fruits of their labor, or rather,
that's
your
disgusting.
hard-earned money goes to them for doing nothing. If they're able to melt your heart, they're probably good actors. But if you really want to do something for them, hand them some food. But money is a complete no-no. Number 7. Don't expect everyone to speak English.
Well, yeah, that's fair enough.
Well, we don't expect
Get
that.
off to India, you probably know that it is
It's their country at the end of the
linguistically
day.
and culturally diverse. There are many languages spoken in the country, and the dialects vary from place to place. Though a lot of people speak English, which means you can manage comfortably in major cities, life in rural settings is a 180-degree turn. A lot of people in small towns and villages do not speak English, and hence, conversing would be a problem. Here, learning a few words and phrases of the local language will go a long way in making your trip easy. Plus, learning some words of their language will make them feel that you respect their culture, provided you aren't learning and then using curse words in their language. Number 8. Don't think about beef. Eating beef has always been a taboo in India because Hindus consider cows as sacred. In case you don't know, 80% of Indians are Hindus. We get to know where this is going. Eating beef in India would mean asking for trouble from the majority of the population. Eating beef is not only looked down upon, but is also illegal to some extent. Slaughter of cows is illegal in many parts of the country, so your chances of encountering beef are ever so small. But in case you do find this delicacy, check the legality of beef in the area, because you wouldn't want any trouble with the law of a foreign land, right? Sorry we scared you. You are majorly safe as an outsider, but it's better to be safe than sorry. What are your experiences about India and the cultural difference it has from the West? Tell us in the comment section below. Click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos and subscribe to our channel if you
So
like.
big shout out to the original content creator. Make sure you check them out, give them a like and a subscribe. They were some pretty amazing facts. We didn't know a lot of them before. Some we did know, obviously from previous videos that you guys have suggested to us. Make sure you check out our reaction playlist if you haven't seen it already.
I don't really understand they're allowed to ask about, like, don't get offended when they ask about your marriage and stuff like that. But then if you say something, they're allowed to get offended, and you're not allowed to do that. Because, like, if somebody came up and started asking me about, like, my salary and my home life and, your marriage and just all that kind of stuff, it's not something that it's just not something you should really be asking, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't really agree with that, where, like, they can just, like, you have to go there and you be asked this, but you're not allowed to get offended. It's equal opportunity. It works both ways. It's either one or the other. You can't do both. Get mad in the comments, get whatever way you feel, but at the end of the day, it's everyone's own business what they want to do religiously, politically, whatever way they want to have their life, that's their business. If you're going to get offended with them on one thing, expect them to judge you or be offended back.
I mean, if somebody asks you a question and they say, I'm not comfortable answering that should just kind of be the end of the story. But that goes for, like, every culture, even, like, Irish culture. So just be left at that then.
Like any culture, no means no.
Yeah.
As the female narrator was saying, they are working on that over in India to get rid of those things and, become more modernised, which is fair. Every country does have a stage where they have to pull out all these old things that was, fair into them culturally.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to join the modern world with things. I'm on about globally now. Don't be taking that personally as India. I'm not just on about India. I'm on about everyone. Everyone's trying to get rid of all those. And one note, we do get out and we understand the cultural differences. This is just our view on things. We're trying to learn as well and trying to expand our minds. We also have some cultural things to get rid of our. We want to join the new age too, and be more diverse and open-ended and open-minded. But do let us know down in the comments below. Have you ever experienced this with tourists? Ask them about this or any of what they're talking about here in these 8 facts. What's it like from the ground, from where you were?
Well, like you were saying as well, we're learning all this about different cultures. So some things are going to shock us, some things aren't. At the end of the day, you have to respect everyone's cultures. And if, again, like I said, if you are going to different countries, it is better to look at things like that. Because you don't want to be getting yourself in trouble. Whether we agree with them or not, that's the way it is in that country.
we are agreeing to, you know, they have their own, and we will respect that when we're there, of course. Like, we're not saying we're going to go and start disrespecting them. That's not what we're saying. But thanks again, everyone, for suggesting this to us and letting us know about this. And that is our 2 cents, and we will chop ourselves out of this.
So as always, you are the beautiful people of YouTube, and we have been Unstable TV.
So drop a comment below and let us know what you thought of this reaction video. And if you have any suggestions for us to do, let us know too.
And as always, we will